Well, so good evening, viewers, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Men's Lounge. We're coming to you live from the eTVGhana studios. And of course, once it's a Thursday and it's 9 p.m., you know definitely the men will meet, and we're going to talk about the issues that you definitely are waiting to hear about. So today we'll be discussing the looks, okay? So how much do men care, really, about looks when it comes to the looks of their women, and even ourselves? We're going to delve very deep into that. Last week we spoke about money. I mean, when the woman has more money than the man in a relationship, how do we manage it and what really it means? Look, there was a lot that came out, and we're very grateful for all the calls. I remember one call that came from the north that says, look, in the north, if your woman has more money than you, the man, you have a big problem. Anyway, so thankfully we are here today, and we'll be doing a lot more justice to the other topic. Thanks to Kasapreko Alomo Beaters. The show comes to you live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Also, don't forget to join us on all our social media pages at eTVGhana. And again, our WhatsApp lines, feel free to join us on 020-2222-054. I'm going to take my first break, and when I'm back, we're going to have some action to the topic. Please stay tuned. All right, so welcome back if you're just joining us. Like I did say earlier, it's the Men's Lounge, every 9 o'clock on Thursdays, 9 p.m. on Thursdays. Once you see the beautiful me sitting here, you know definitely that I've got some other people that you may not know about. I'm definitely going to introduce them anyway, and they are laughing. All right, so today, like I said earlier, the discussion is about the looks. Okay, how much do men care about the looks of a woman? We'll definitely start from how much we care about our looks. You know what I mean? Then we'll bring in how do we really care about the looks of a woman. And so with me in the studio today to do the discussion, I have with me an optometrist. I don't know if I'm sure I'm correct. I'm an optometrist, a doctor, obviously. An optometrist is the one that takes care of the eye. If you don't know, I'm helping out with that. And he's in the name of Obi. Is it Obi Amwa?
Obi Amponsa.
Obi Amponsa. Yes, Obi Amponsa. And so he's that doctor and also known as a comedian. And so Obi, Akwaaba. You are wondering if he has any sense. Don't worry. He will say something nice. And then also I have well, I think I should leave him to tell us about himself. His is a lot. He's a big man, and the big man, when you meet them, you need to allow them to, do the talking. Chairman, tell us who you are. But good to see you anyway.
Pleasure.
Nice one. So let's go.
BKC is the name. That's Bernard Kelvin Clive. Primarily, I'm an author.
Bernard Kelvin Clive. Which one is the surname?
Clive.
Clive. You're a Ghanaian, or you have returned. You know this year, a lot of people have returned.
I was about asking that.
You have returned.
Oh, you have returned. Okay.
I see. Anyway, so Bernard Kelvin Klein. I like your name. Your name is nice. Clive.
Yeah, some classy.
Charlie.
Some little swag.
Yeah,
like
that's some.
Or Damien. Anyway, we'll take it like that.
Yo.
So you tell us who you are.
Primarily, I'm an author, corporate trainer, and a coach. So into writing, training, and basically this is what I do.
Okay.
And helping brands position themselves.
All right. So just as he said, so Bernard Kelvin Clive is a brand strategist. He's also a consultant and a lifestyle and consulting lifestyle stuff, and then also he's an entrepreneur in that regard. And so whenever you meet him anywhere, come to him. Come to him with all the branding issues. I'm sure he'll be ready to help. He's a big man, and if you have problem with your eye, and you can't see, or you can see things, not when you are drunk, no. When you can't see for real, like you are okay, but you can't see well, you can come to Obi Amponsa. Did I say Amponsa again?
Obi Amponsa is
right. There's this Obi Amwan
this
name.
Obi Amwan, I think he was a politician.
Oh, yes.
So
all right.
He seemed to have, but
I'm
taking
no,
over.
but he's still a politician, though.
Yeah, I'm taking over. So
you are taking over. All right then. So these are the gentlemen that are going to do the discussion with me this evening, and like I said earlier, we are talking about the looks of. We'll start with a man, but ultimately we want to talk about the women. Whosoever, but we'll come back. It's the women we want to talk about. But let's start with the men, and then we come back to the men. So, how much do the looks of a man mean to us? I mean, I'll start with you, Obi. See how you look. How much really does it mean to you?
Yeah,
You knew you were coming here.
Yeah.
Coming to the studio.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you decided to wear this cap. Is this something you are hiding, or
Yeah,
this how you decided to look?
This is part of my branding, actually. So, because I have quite a big forehead, so I don't like I don't like let people see it when I don't want them to see it. You know? Yes,
Interesting.
yes. Like I hosted my show last week Thursday. The cap was not on, you know. But now, I mean, if you want to see, you see, exactly, exactly. You see why I wear the cap good. Yes. So, but looks matter to guys, sincerely. Yes. I mean, there's this saying that unim da obeshia wase ewu. So, normally, for guys, we care about how we look. And that is why sometimes even guys take Uber. You know, like you dress, you look yourself in the mirror like, nah, really, you know. So looks actually matter to guys. How you keep your beard, you know, because normally you get compliments from ladies, and when you're a guy and get compliments from ladies, it means a lot, you know. So looks matter, and how a guy keeps himself, how he trims his hair, you know. His dressing and all that, it really matters. Yes, to a guy, does. Yeah, that's matter.
I see. BKC.
Yeah, Nana. Your outlook makes a statement, so that everywhere you present yourself, you are speaking before you speak.
Okay, you're speaking before you speak,
and
something is speaking for you.
Yes, that's why it said that. I mean, first impressions counts. Mostly, it's what we see that affects our perception, our reception, and what we do. So our looks really matter to us. Give us confidence. You know, don't you always say this kind of dress and you feel like Charlie?
Today,
you know, so give you confidence, boldness, especially if you want one or two to spot you. You know, the kind of outfit you wear.
Targets,
you know,
girl like
that kind
that.
of thing. That kind of thing. So
Like,
this guy did. So your outlook, presentation really matters to us. You know, because this is a guy, this is a man.
And is it something that makes guys confident? Is it something that
looks,
I mean, guys are expected to be already bold and you know all.
The thing about guys, the thing about a guy looking good is that when you are a guy and you dress and before you step out, you look yourself in the mirror and check yourself out. There's this kind of confidence that comes that once you step out and you see anybody else dressed, so you're like, yo, man, I'm here. Yeah, man. You trust yourself. Unlike, you know, probably ladies would check the other one's dress. No, me, if I dress and in my head, I know I'm stepping out. Cristiano Ronaldo can't.
But let me ask you this. Have you gone out and then you know you are very well sacked out. Yeah. Look into your mirror and you're like, Charlie, today I'm on top.
Kill.
And then you get there and you see someone and you're like, what? This guy. What? Have you had that feeling before? I mean, as an experience, have you?
For a specific occasion, I have. But generally, no, because once I feel confident in what I wear, I'm okay.
And that's the guy.
I want to know about that occasion. How did you feel?
Okay, so what happened was that I didn't know the occasion. So I was smart casually dressed.
Okay. Smart casually dressed.
And the occasion didn't require that kind of outfits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was what...
It required that you step it up a little bit.
It actually happened to me too. I was a bit overdressed for the event. Yeah, sincerely. I was invited for one of these awards. I think it was Ghana DJ Awards, you know. And the outfit was supposed to be, you know, casual. You know, I went with 3-piece.
Hey, joke.
And then I got there, man. I was all sweaty and all that because, I mean, everybody else was in free mood because DJs I'm partying and all that.
But I'm sure you had an excuse.
Yeah.
What was your excuse?
Like,
he's a comedian, so it's okay. I'm sure that was the excuse. I mean, coming back to the real topic today, look, the looks of a woman, does it really matter to a man?
You want to take it first?
Okay, I'll take it from the biblical perspective.
First
Samuel 16:7.
I didn't see anywhere in the introduction that you are a pastor.
Scripture doesn't mean you're a pastor.
Preach, brother.
Okay.
That's the main stuff.
If you are starting, make sure you finish.
So the scripture says that, the middle part says that men looks at the outward appearance. So men will always look. Charlie, we will look. The rest was left to God, and also God will look at the heart. And say men will look. So men will look.
Yeah.
even if you are blind, you want to even look. So we will look. It's
Don't let me joke.
It's a man's thing. We are visually, I mean,
stimulated.
yes,
yeah.
visually. So men, we will look. Ladies, if you are watching or listening, I mean, we are looking and we'll keep on looking. So it's important.
So you still look.
Oh yeah.
Your wife knows you look.
Oh, I look at her. I look at her before coming. So it's important you look good because it impacts. It sends a message, sends signals, tells you about who you are, what you present, everything. So looks really matter to us. Looks really do. Does.
Obi.
Yeah.
Does the looks of a lady really matter?
It does. It does matter to a guy, and it actually matters to the lady too. That is why every trouble ladies go through to look good is for us to appreciate. Basically that is.
You don't think it's for their own? You know, ladies have their own kind of internal competition among them. You don't think it's for that?
That's why a lady will ask you, "Do I look fat in these jeans?" And then the compliment you would give would make her decide whether to continue wearing that jeans or not. So looks on a lady actually matters because that's the first thing you see about a lady. Mostly people go like, brains matter, but you can't scan a lady's brain with your eyes. So basically the first thing you see about a lady is how she looks. If you are looking at her from the back, you know what, like, I don't know if you are getting my point.
Hold on. You look at her from where?
No, I mean, anytime we say looks, like we almost always talk about like looking at in the face. No, but I'm just saying from the angle of observation. You know, so looks matter either from the front or from the back.
Okay.
Yes, because that's exactly what the first thing you see about the lady before you guys even get into a discussion. Yes, so looks, yeah.
And so talking about that, are we talking about the facial looks, the body shape, the side packs? You know what I mean by side packs? You know, some side packs are like that. You know, are we talking about that, or what exactly do we look at? If it is a matter of the fact that for guys, you said we will look.
Oh yeah.
BKC, we will look, right? You said it too. So BKC said we will look, but the thing is, what exactly are we? Is it the size of the head, the shape? What do we look at?
What do
you want to bring it from the biblical maybe the
Bible.
Bible explanation.
Yeah, let's go with Bible before we.
What exactly do we look at?
Okay, firstly, when men look at women, the first thing we normally look at is the face. Yes, the face. Then before you look at maybe the other things the woman look at. But once you see someone, you don't want to look at the face first. So facial. That's why they pay a lot of attention to their face. Hairstyle, facials, all of that, because that's what we look at first. Before it comes to your physique, your stature, how you look like and all that, and what you're wearing, whether it's in sync with your body type and all that. But we look at your face first. She looks beautiful. She's nice.
Say that one louder. Why are you bringing it on?
Basically, that's how we say it.
Okay. I should be learning from you.
Oh, you.
So, your face.
Yeah.
Then, depending on the guy, that's what I'm emphasizing. Some I want to look at the back side, maybe front side or whatever, what I think that draws you.
Yeah.
But firstly is the face. I want to look at the face. What is she wearing and all that. Then other things depend on the guy, what may attract you. Then you might want to.
What exactly do we look at?
We look at the lady. In fact, he has touched on the face, so I don't want to go to the face. But for some, you don't really look at the face. You look at the face and you are not convinced, but you say, but...
let's give another chance.
But a ban body what I say, you know, a ban is body. So apart from the face, we look at, you know, the curves, the how do you call this one? The bosom, you know, there's a name for it. Help me out. Yes.
Me. Am I a doctor?
You know, so we look out for. Some guys are boobs guys. Some guys are butt guys. Some guys are both guys. You know, and some are just facial looks and all that. We have guys who are attracted to people's intelligence. Yes, not necessarily how they look outwardly, but the kind of intellect they show when, you know, sapiosexuals, when they meet these people and the kind of intellect they show. There are people who get turned off no matter how good you look and you type "I'm fine" and you type "AM fine." You know, like the moment somebody reads something like that, that person gets turned off because no matter how attractive you look, your grammar is not good. So everybody has what he looks at. Yes. I look at I don't care.
Mm-hmm. You don't care what you look at?
No, I don't. I actually don't look at looks too much. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I look at looks. I mean, I look at face.
Yeah.
I look at body. You know, that's the first thing every guy sees on a lady. So I pay attention to those two. I mean, if you're a lady and you have those, it's a plus for you.
Yeah. I've been hearing this statement a lot of people make about how they look out for inner beauty and not the outer beauty. And unfortunately, the inner beauty is not something you can see with your eye.
Exactly.
And so then, if men are born to look, how then is it possible that somebody says, for me, I'm looking at inner beauty? Because, of course, you can't see what is inner.
Yeah.
You only see outer.
That draws my attention to a meme I saw that if ladies they say inner beauty. So we also have inner wealth.
Inner wealth.
Yeah, yes. A guy too can boast
you can't see my money, so I mean, I'm rich, so
I get that. Yeah. I get that. I get that.
Inner beauty.
So let's look at it this way. So, what kind of looks? I know your wife is watching. What kind of looks? What did you really look out for? Okay, this one I'm going very personal. What did you look out for in your wife?
Shall I go Facebook? Search for Cynthia Clyde.
Hey.
When you look at her, you understand. I think I've answered it right.
I see. Obi.
Yeah, man.
What do you look out for? You. What exactly do you look out for?
Me generally, I like ladies with an even complexion. So if you are fair, I want you fair. If you are dark, I want you dark. I don't want the lackadaisical I don't.
No Fanta cocktail.
Yeah, it confuses me, you know. Yeah, so first of all, I look out for the complexion. I want a genuine one. Yes, I want.
So it doesn't matter if it's fair or dark.
No, I do not.
It has to be genuine dark.
Whether you are fair or dark.
I think all darks are genuine.
Yeah, that is true. But some
fair,
darks.
The fair that is not really genuine.
Yeah. So it's dark and then fair. You know, genuinely fair. Yes, I look out for that. Then facials also matter. You know, yes. If you have a beautiful face, that's a plus. Yes.
And if you don't have.
If you don't have, then we descend below. We descend below, and I am more of a butt guy than a boobs person. But I mean, I don't say no to more, you know. And with this inner beauty,
hold on, you don't say no. You know, some statements can be funny. I don't say no and I won't say no means a lot. You know that.
I won't say no.
Which one?
Yeah, don't and won't. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
So I won't say no to. If I say I don't say no, like maybe
from
they say yeah. So with the inner beauty thing, inner beauty is not accessible with first glance. No, it's not.
Of course.
It's not. So unless the lady has a CV holding her to show you, or because you guys would have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
It gets to a point you are talking to a lady and you realize that in spite of all her beauty, there's this smart thing about her that in fact covers all the beauty she has. You know, that you even place the beauty aside and admire that more. You understand? So that one comes with a bit of knowing the person. Once you get to know the person, then you assess whether this person has this inner beauty. But I mean, I think it's all semantics.
Now, I think these inner beauty discussions are probably relative to the person, because look, what is inner beauty to you may not be inner beauty to me. Really. That's that's for me what I think. So anyway, guys, if you are just joining us, we are in the men's lounge. We are discussing whether looks of a woman really matters to a man. And Obi has told us what he likes. He likes a little small there, bigger down there. If it is fair, it has to be genuinely fair. As for dark there, it's always genuine. And Chairman also, Big Casey says we should go to Facebook and find out. Oh, as for what for me I like, I'm sure I'll tell you before we leave.
No. We are sure you tell us now.
Now.
Yes.
Oh, we are going for a commercial break when we are back. So when we are back, please stay with us. Welcome back if you're just joining us. We are in the lounge, the men's lounge. Of course, thanks to Casapreca Lobo Bitters, this show comes to you live every Thursday in the studios of eTV Ghana. So today we are here discussing whether looks matter to the men. I mean, obviously looks of a woman, whether it matters to a man. And I've got somebody sending us a text already, and the person says, oh, okay, so please add your name next time, but I'll still read this. Thank you. I know a guy who looks at the feet of ladies if it's well arranged. If not, you are not his taste.
Yeah.
Wow, Obi.
Yeah.
I haven't heard this before.
Yeah.
You look at the feet of a lady to see if it's well arranged feet.
Yeah.
And then if it's not, how is it that it's not? What is wrong with the feet?
Yeah, some are misarranged. You see the little toes sticking out a bit longer.
Just like the teeth, eh?
Yeah, a bit longer than and some some. I have a friend who looks at legs actually.
Oh,
how
okay.
your legs are shaped. I mean, if you have any, there are criteria people, specific guys look at, and some actually derive sexual pleasure from these ones. Yeah, there are people who do who have fetishes, foot fetishes. So when they see those stuff, they are attracted to it or not. So I get that person. There are people who are attracted to the stuff that we are not really too observant about. Yeah.
In that case, how important really is the physical appearance of a woman? I mean, for example, we have obviously various kinds of men and what they will look out for. Some men like of course, there are several body shapes of a woman. I'm sure Obi knows a lot, and BKC knows a lot.
And you know a lot.
I'm not sure. I'm here to learn, and so that's why I'm asking the questions. And so I know there are several, body shapes.
Yeah.
Some, the Coca-Cola, some
There are 6.
the Cola Coca.
Formica board.
There's a Formica board.
Yeah, that's like
Flat.
yeah.
There's
Like
called
my
rectangle
palm.
banana. We have the pear. That rectangle. We have the banana.
Hey, BKC.
Because of what I do, so I need to,
Okay,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
tell us.
Because most of
we
the
want
time,
to know.
your body type determines what you need to wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you see a mannequin wearing something, you go by and don't look good on it.
Okay.
It's not a dress, it's your body type.
Okay.
So if you're a pear shape, maybe smaller here, heavier here, to me certain outfit will not help. You need to enhance
That's
the
a
lower
pear
part.
shape. Pear shape is smaller here, heavier there.
here.
Okay.
Okay, so an inverted pear is the
Heavier
here.
triangle, inverted triangle
okay.
pear.
Okay, that's
heavier
here,
here.
smaller here. Okay.
And the hourglass, all that we know, the Coca-Cola shape.
The
and all.
hourglass.
So these are the three main.
Then we have a rectangle banana, just straight like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So that's like the box and the.
All right.
so
Wow.
this will determine, what you need to wear so that
Okay.
it can enhance your beauty.
Okay.
So all that we're saying that all these things can be enhanced. I'm not saying extra body part and all that, but in terms of the clothing you use or the accessories can help you put your best foot forward so that you can look good, whatever shape in which you are, you can still look good and look your best.
But don't you think it's a little bit of a worry, especially when you take particular likeness for something about your woman? For example, my woman's boobs are what I love most. I love smaller boobs, and so my woman's boobs are, just what I love. And then, it does happen that after birth or for some reason she loses one or something about it. Wouldn't it? Would it not become an issue really if we need to take likeness for particular things about our partners?
Yeah, but that's notwithstanding. You do not love somebody and then wish for evil to happen to that person.
Oh, no, you don't wish.
What I'm
You don't
saying
wish,
is that
Uh-huh.
we love with the hope of continuity. So even when that happens, there's this different feeling you have for the lady, not just because of probably her eyes or her boobs, and then she loses one, and they say no, it's no. Love comes as a bulk purchase. It doesn't just center on one particular part of a body. That is an additive. That particular one is, it adds on to her too. But the lady is a whole package.
Okay.
You understand? So you do not necessarily single out one particular part. I'm attracted to eyes. I really love beautiful eyes. Yes, when your eyes are big and they look at me, I admire them.
The least I
All
think.
right, guys. So it's just a simple advice. Please don't go to his hospital when your wife's eyes are big. I mean, it's just a little advice I have for you because the optometrist says he loves big eyes, and that's the job he does. That's an excuse. But please, I beg, don't send your wives to his hospital. That's all I can tell you for now.
That's not
Big
so
easy.
And what I could say that, when it comes to marriage and the things we're talking about, it becomes conditionally unconditional.
How is that?
So conditionally, I like the way her face look, okay, her body. These are some of the things that you pick in addition to the other things you love in a woman, okay. However, once you're married, you're committed to love the lady totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you might lose an eye, a ear, or body part, but the love does not depend on that thing. Now it's unconditional, whether she's got big boobs or not. She is your wife.
Yeah.
So you need to love her.
Because whatever she goes through could also happen to you.
Yeah.
You understand? And women never leave men like that. Women, no matter what their guy goes through, I mean, a loving one, yes, she stays with you. So, I mean, I think it should be both ways.
But another realization is when you stay with your woman, obviously after marriage, and the kids begin to come in and all that, obviously the kind of body that obviously attracted you begins to some way somewhat diminish. How do we as men help out in getting it back? Because it is what we like. And if you're not careful, that is what is going to start taking us out there to start overlooking the other ones that we can't have. Yeah. And so how do we help these women to come back to the body shapes that we probably love?
The help starts when she takes, let me say, seed. Pregnancy, you help at home or anything to help. You don't leave everything to the woman because her body means a lot to you. So help her take care of the body. When the kids start coming, be there for her. Take care of the kids, not because your body is me. I'm waiting for it to win the baby so I can have a sex to you, that kind of thing. No, you help her. That alone will also bond you more. And the love, regardless of the physical stuff, it also helps the love grows. Love, once you're married, it becomes, conditional, purposeful. You must determine and be committed to love. Those things are sometimes before you get married, you talk about all these fancy things. But once you're in it, maybe some of these things will become secondary. Because it's more than just the feeling and all those it's more than that. It's you, the family, the future, the people, the seed. When you think that way, things become quite easier and you look beyond your own personal satisfaction. I want this all for myself. Let me win the boy. He's taking, that kind of thing. But now it's us, it's a family, it's a future. Love and marriage become beautiful.
It's telling us all about marriage. Oh, that's what will be easy.
Yeah. I think you should compliment the lady. Yes, compliment. Ladies love compliments. Even if you would caution her, caution with love. You don't just say, I mean, that demoralizes her.
So how do you caution with love?
There's this,
I want an example.
I'm like, there's this gym. I'm talking to you like a lady, So, although there's this gym that charge 100 cedis for registration, and I want to enroll. I don't know if you would like to join me. I mean, this is for her to, so the two of you go to this gym together to work out, and working out puts you in shape. That is the truth. So, there's this dress I saw. I think it will fit you, but if we, ladies love you getting them little stuff.
What about if she goes, when you Mike, I should go to the gym?
Exactly. So I was going to ask you, so how do we, okay, fine. So how do we tell our wives that we want them to hit the gym? How do we tell them? If you're not careful, if you're not careful, it's going to sound like, I say why my baby what bring me home, you're tired of me, so how do we approach it? How do we tell our women that, look, I need you to hit the gym,
especially when they need it? That's the point.
Well, you obviously realize that you think they should because that's what attracts you, and they are losing it. And so how do we tell them? Because usually they probably may not even realize it. Yeah. And it's only a few women I know that definitely will take that a very serious, decision. So how do we tell the women?
I think ladies care about how they look. Like I said earlier, they go.
And so you think it will be easy to tell them?
No,
how they find it offensive already?
How to tell them is the issue.
Telling them you have put on weight is even an issue already.
So how would you go about it?
Me. That's what I'm asking you. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah,
Big Easy will help.
Let's
help
go
us.
back to our resource personnel. All right.
Big Easy. How do we tell the women that look? I think fine. How do we tell the women to hit the gym?
Okay, so you must know your woman, and you know when to say it and how to say it. I think that can resolve that. So that if I want to use images, I go pull your earlier picture and say, oh, yeah, come, let's go through the album. Yes, once you're going through, you start admiring your previous body.
Yeah. That is fraud. Isn't that fraud?
You are drawing her in using that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's watch our wedding video. Let's look at all these images. Okay,
I'm a slim pound.
Find way to Okay, now I think we need to maintain this shape. It looks. I mean,
is it the same with guys? Like when the woman also wants you to hit the gym and she says, "Say yeah, no food, slim pound." Say there. I can see. Like guys, we won't be offended, right?
I don't know. I've not been there.
You've never had a pot belly.
He has been there, and he doesn't have a pot belly, and so I'm not sure he can speak to that.
I think that guys don't really, you don't use the word care that much about that. We really don't care much about it, but our spouses can help us, encourage us that
cutting down the kind of food they give us. I think sometimes I think it's a big issue really when guys begin to develop this pot bellies, they eat late and all that. I think especially the married ones, their wives can play a very key role, you know, in just trying to understand what it is, what their husbands are trying to achieve, and also help them, not necessarily going to the gym. Look, gym, trust me, what we see is not a 6 months job.
Yeah, it's true.
2 years and 3 years job.
True. Yeah, it takes
and we get deceived, we pay all that money, go to the gym, and
some go one day and
no, but that's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And so I think when it comes to that, women can be very helpful. Obviously, cut out some of the carbo in our food. You know, try to
probably get a rope in the house for skipping normal.
Yeah, we're talking about the food, the feeding matter, so that they cut it down. You know, do something about it.
I have a friend who loves food.
He loves food.
He loves food, and he started growing pot belly. And the wife want to cut down the food. How do you resolve this?
Italy.
Italy saying, I come back home around 7 and I love to eat. You know, it becomes quite challenging. So sometimes you need to help yourself, the two of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a self-actualization, self-realization,
and discipline. So the two of you can start early morning jogging or do some of these things together. It bonds you together in love, and also
maybe you can add some fasting.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah, because forgive me, and please don't meet me anywhere around Nima and beat me up. But see, I've seen it when it comes to Ramadan season.
Yeah,
I have a friend. Look, after that 30 days or 40 days, when I see him, I clap all the time. But just after 2 weeks, he's back. I think that can also be adapted. We'll deliberately fast. I'm sure that can help.
Yeah, good lifestyle and habits is very important. So sometimes we need to also think about the future. You know, that once we want to amass body weight and all that, the future, next 10, 20 years, how you going to, the kind of food you're eating and all that.
Yeah.
So most of the time, we don't pay attention to that.
Of course we don't.
And most of the time, even all the weight loss stuff is just diet. Most of the time, it's just diet issue. Once you're able to pick the right diet for your body type, discipline, you're good to go.
All right, so if you're just joining us, we are still in the men's lounge. I'm here with Obi and Ponsa. And also, BKC, we are discussing. What have we been discussing?
The looks matter.
You didn't have to tell me. So we are discussing whether looks really matter to a man when it comes to the women. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to open the phone lines really early. This time around, when I'm back, we'll open the phone line. But I'll go for a break. But I'll open the phone lines even now. You can call in. The number would be 055-657278. I repeat, 055-657278. When we are back after this commercial break, feel free to call us, join us, and give us your comments. Please stay tuned. You saw those shoes. It's all about fashion. You know, men, when we come here, we care so much about fashion. And so make sure you get the right shoes for the right clothes and wear them to the right places. I have seen... All right, let me just leave it here. But should I say it?
Say it.
Yeah, feel free.
Anyway, I already opened the phone lines, and the number is 055-657278. Feel free and start calling us from now. we'll be glad to speak with you to know your views on the issue we are discussing. And so, back to the studio, Obi and BKC. Now, the women of today, there's so much that makes them look either natural or fake. Is it something that we are interested in as men? I mean, the makeup and all the niceties that I see them add to themselves. Of course, I know it's definitely the things that make them much more confident. It probably adds onto their looks. Look, when you meet some of them in the evenings, oh my word, you wonder if they were created by God as well. They are just on point. But when you meet the same people during the day, you ask yourself, hello, I mean, are these things very important to us as men? Does it attract you, Obi?
Yeah, I actually proposed to a girl twice because she was different in the evening and
like seriously.
I thought you said yes. Now you say
yeah. In fact, makeup.
You proposed to a girl twice.
Yeah, twice. And the morning she said, "I've been up permanent." And I was like, "Oh,
is that you?"
Yeah, that's you. Oh, okay, I see. Makeup matters for ladies. Yes, it does matter for ladies. I only have a problem when it gets too much. You see some and you'd realize this is beyond.
You know, some of them when you wash it, you can paint a single room.
Yeah, there are some when they visit you and you give them a white towel, that's your funeral. You never get it the same way again.
All right, we have a first caller. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Kodabawe from Nagungo.
Hi, let's hear you.
All right, what I have to say is that, men are creatures of the eye. So they are usually moved by what they see. And the thing is, even before a man comes or goes closer to a lady, definitely it might be the beauty that will attract him closer to her. That is for a first sight on a lady you don't know.
I see.
So
I see.
I think it's just men, they are so much concerned about how you look, and even in marriage, they usually want their wives to look appealing. And I think if the women also get to know about this, it avoids the men cheating on them, because when you go out and you see someone appealing than your wife.
Are you married yourself?
No, please.
So what would you look out for? What one thing will attract you?
Actually, I look out for character.
But you can't see character with your eye.
On the first day.
How do you see character with your eye?
That's what I said. On a first sight, you will definitely be attracted by the person's beauty. But when you just get there, you are not just going to go straight into what you desire.
Yeah.
So until you see what you want in that person, then you make a decision to go on with the person.
Nice one. Thank you.
The beauty will get you closer to her.
Yeah. And then what is next after will be defined by how you feel instead, isn't it?
Sure.
Nice one. Thank you very much. That's our caller from Navrongo. We are grateful for your call. Please join us next week so that we can talk more. Obi.
Nana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
No. It was still you. You were talking about how you proposed twice to someone. And
Yeah,
the fact that
yeah,
it can be a
yes,
funeral
yes,
if you give
yes,
a white towel.
So I was saying the
You
white
think I
towel.
didn't hear?
Yeah, I was saying the makeups.
Yeah.
It matters for ladies. Me, I don't really fret about makeups.
Yeah.
Whether I actually like ladies natural. I like the natural hair style and all that. That is how I like my ladies. But for some ladies to boost their confidence and all that, they do that too. Yes. So if it works for them, fine. But when it goes in excess, that is when I seem to have an issue with,
Yeah.
Because earlier you could sneak up on a lady and play games with her. Now you cannot, Earlier you could cover her face and say, guess, Now you try that. You can't play that game.
Yeah. So, I did mention earlier, I mean, the makeup and all these things, are they that important? I mean, do we, look, how do we feel about them?
So, we like them in general. The challenges we have, especially as men, let me speak for men, is the excesses in makeups.
Okay.
They go overboard, become like scarecrows and all that,
Hey.
Yes.
You want to walk out here free?
But that's the truth,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's our problem. But makeup makes you up. It adds to you.
It adds to you.
So that you don't need to overdo it to look weird and all kind of. But a little touch is fine.
Yeah.
That's all we're asking.
But you know, there's something amazing I find about makeup, and please, the guys in the studio, I beg, today you need to lead. I mean, help me get home safe. So, we don't laugh. You know, I find it weird that we are all created and we have eyebrows, and it's part of the makeup that they do. They shave it.
Yeah.
And then they draw it with a pencil.
Yeah.
I struggle to understand why.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you shave it off and again draw it with a pencil?
Yeah. I made that observation that, in fact, when I went to Nigeria to go perform, I actually mentioned it because some ladies actually shave it off and then they draw something there. You know, our eyebrows scientifically are supposed to give us expressions. You know? So when you are angry, it closes up. When you are happy, I mean, it gives you
So how does the drawing?
You know, so now they shave it, and you meet a lady, she has one expression throughout the day. You
Whether
know?
you're angry or you know.
So, are you happy? No. Are you sad? No. Are you shocked? No. Are you surprised? They say, I'm embarrassed. You know? You know. So basically, when I think they need to be a bit circumspect when they are doing that, you know, because these ones actually tells your expression in a particular way. If you know you cannot do it yourself, get a professional. Now you have people who are making a living out of makeup artists. So get a professional to do that for you, so that you don't appear to look in another way that you wanted to.
You know, in recent times, I've seen a wedding that the bride gets in, and the groom was still sitting down. Because he wasn't sure.
He didn't believe it was her.
I mean, he just wasn't sure whether he was there. Because, I mean, she was totally look, let's not take this from you. They look pretty. They look beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
But we think it's just too much, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And some of us are not really attracted to the makeup, really. Look, I'll tell you from my point. I like it when I see a lady in braids, not the braids with the Bob Marley braids, the simple cornrow, that one.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, it's for me when I see that.
I actually like the braids. I like it when it's flowing all over there. Oh man, it's beautiful.
Even though you know it's not the natural hair.
Yeah, but especially the locks, the one that they lock. I don't know how they call it, but
they lock
the hair. Oh, it's
maybe it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You don't have hair. And so when you like show us,
that's not fair. That's not fair.
You don't have hair. So when you see that one, you feel like, oh, I wish I had it. Anyway, so then are we then saying that, look, indeed, like I said earlier, it's something that adds on to their beach and everything, but it doesn't come across as something that we the men really, really would want.
Yeah.
It's not something we are crazy about.
It's not something we are crazy about.
We want you to look good, look your best. But the excesses it's worrying actually. It's worrying that you're going overboard. Look good, be yourself. A little touch up here and there looks fine.
Because there are people who go home with ladies. They enter the bathroom and come out. And it's a whole different. And now the makeup is not just limited to the face. Yeah. Yes, they make up every part. The hip. Yeah. They hip their boobs. They wear hip pads and all that. So the look that you had, you know, taking her home, you get a different.
And that is where the problem is, because again, it's obviously makes the ladies very confident.
Yeah.
And the confidence also leads us in trying to get close to them and everything. But in the end, we begin to realize that, I mean, that's not what we went for. And then obviously the thought of possibly having even something, a better discussion in leading to everything just dies off like that.
Yeah, it does.
And that's I find it very unfair to us, the men. Yeah. I mean, look, ladies.
Yeah, it's more like a trap. You know?
Exactly. we feel like it's a 419 sometimes. We admire the fact that you guys look very beautiful and everything. But sometimes show us the real part, you know.
Come and sit and let's take off the waistline and they do.
then I think we can have first dates should always be at the beach or the poolside.
BKZ. All right,
that's cool.
But that's a cool
advice. That's a cool deal, man.
So look, henceforth we have decided.
First day. First day for enter pool.
I shall look. So our first date from today will be by the poolside or the beach.
If we enter the pool, right?
Are we entering the pool?
Are we entering?
No.
Okay, sit by the poolside and put our legs in the water. So first date of late, we will not go to any restaurant. No. First dates, beach, and we need to wear singlets and stuff like that.
So we all
exactly so that we don't get deceived there.
You know,
nice one. But I think one of the most important things that we probably should be looking at is, especially in marriages and relationships. For me, my major concern has to do with how we keep up the shape of our spouses, because it's very important. Look,
right.
as far as men are born to look, obviously justified also by the Bible or in the Bible, the fact that we are born to look means that the moment we start not seeing the things that really attract us, we are most likely, in quotes, most likely to start going out there. And so for me, I just think that we should be very, very circumspect in how no, it should be very important to us how we make our spouses look,
right?
So that we're able to stay or stick to them. I know it's difficult for Obi, but you know, we'll try. Obi mewa.
I think the point, another point is that as the guy,
you
need to know that you'd also age. You know, you'd also lose certain parts. I mean, our body parts atrophy as we grow.
You
know, so you'd have to understand that your wife or your spouse would also go through that similar change. You know, and that is when you'd have to look beyond the things you actually went for. The companionship. Now you'd have to value the companionship more, the love that you guys have for each other more. And though she would try to get in shape, it wouldn't stay like that
like
forever.
it was before.
Yes. So you just have to understand, and then you guys can move on happily.
So BKC, what are some of the things I mean, for example, for a take home for some of us, what would you advise the young folks out there, especially the women? What advice would you give them?
Be confident in your own skin. Look your best. But don't think...
The best is what they are trying to look now. Don't forget. And you know how expensive it's become now for them.
Because they are in competition with other people. If you love yourself for who you are, you will not go out competing against other people. So you need to build self-esteem. Is very important. That's self-esteem is very important.
Let me hold you on here. I have Moses on the line. Good evening, Moses.
Evening.
Let's hear you, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kotowari.
Hi, Moses. Let's hear you.
Okay. For me, I think that you just have to be plain, with your wife. If she's putting on weight, just be plain. You have to be nice, though, but be plain. Just tell her. You understand? Because if she's not in shape, she is your wife. If you're unable to talk to her about it, if you're finding it difficult to talk to her about it, then who can you be that? Who can you talk to about things like that? So I think you just have to be plain about it, and that's it. And the makeup too. Yes, I think some of the ladies, I don't know, they overdo it. And you meet her today, and then she looks a certain way. Maybe the next time you pay a visit, and then it's like you're looking at a different person, a totally different person. You go like, were you the one I met? No. That kind of thing. So they should just tone it down. They should tone it down a bit,
All right, Moses, we appreciate your comments, and we are grateful that you have joined us. Thank you very much. We hope you join us next week as well.
Thank you.
All right, so Moses seems to side with Obi because Obi made a mistake of proposing to a same lady twice, and Moses obviously
ladies they don't even cry now.
They don't cry.
They don't cry in public.
Yeah, they don't want to mess them.
All because of
you ever see ladies like now? They do just this. They just dab the tears,
They dab the tears.
Yeah, they dab the tears.
All right, guys. We are grateful for joining us this evening, and I mean the show is brought to you by Kasapreko Lomo Bitters. We're going to draw down the curtains. We don't have enough time. We wish we had. But we'll be back next week with another episode of the Men's Lounge. Guys, it's Christmas time, and I would urge you all to stay out of trouble. The police are very, very wild out there. They are checking all the things they have to check. Every security agency is also very, very determined to clamp down on bad people and everything. Guys, just stay out of trouble. It's the year of return. Lots of people coming into town. Stay out, be good, and pray that God gives us another day, another week, another month, and also another year, so that by the next year we'll be back again to be speaking with you. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We are off. We'll be back next week. Thank you.